Welcome back to Chetty and Lycan's Horror Party Massacre. It has been a while, kids, and I can give you a one-word reason why. TUBI. Fuck! TUBI! Holy hell, there's a lot of shit on TUBI to watch. There is so much to watch, and I binged so much. I'm actually going to make a video about everything I've watched. We're not going to go and do full-on reviews of them. I'll just I'll just do what I want to do. Maybe I'll give you a little synopsis. Maybe I'll tell you if it was good or shit. Whatever. I've watched so many, I'm not even going to get them all in one video here. We're going to break this up over parts. In fact, if you guys like, we'll just do this as an ongoing thing. We'll do part 1, 2, 3, 12, 50, 100, whatever, as I just weed my way through all this glorious treasure that is found on TUBI. First one we got is Party Night. It is from Troy Escamilla. I think I'm pronouncing that name correctly. It is a throwback to the 80s. It's a slasher flick. Group of teens decide they're going to ditch some part of prom. It's actually the prom after party. They're going to ditch. They're not going to go to that. Instead, they're going to go off on their own to someone's house and party the whole night long there. And of course, in typical slasher film fashion, we have a killer on the loose that makes short work of their party plans. Again, it's a throwback to the 80s. Troy, from what I gather, really enjoys the 80s flicks, which is my thing too. I really love the 80s. Nothing's better than the 80s. And he really captured the 80s feel with this movie. Very well done. Got another one that we watched from him, and that is called Mrs. Claus. It's got a cool cover, but I avoided it for so long because it looked like, from the cover, it looked like a Mother Krampus or evil Christmas spirit, or it had that kind of cover to it, which was probably the distributor that ended up having that cover on there. But that's what it reminded me of. And then when I realized who did the movie, Troy Escamilla, again, he's got a podcast with Roger Connors, Dark Night of the Podcast. I listen to it religiously. Every time they have a new episode out, I'm done with that episode in 24 hours or less. But in any case, Mrs. Claus is a Christmas time prank gone wrong revenge flick. This one, again, it's a throwback to the 80s. This one, you've got a horrible prank that goes wrong in the beginning, which results in a horrible outcome. And then a year later, 2 years later, however many years later, someone's come looking for revenge, wearing a Mrs. Claus outfit. Now, this one's got a little bit of a twist ending that I personally didn't see coming. But part of it you do, part of it you're like, whoa, okay, that's pretty cool. So another great little flick. Troy really knows how to knock these out and really provide you good entertainment, good gore, good acting, good locations, good everything, really. I can't really complain about anything with this flick. I watched Truly Madly, which has yet another person that I have become acquainted with recently. Adam Friedman is the star of this particular movie. This one's kind of hard to explain. Adam plays the part of a gay man who has a very overbearing and just whacked off her fucking rocker mother, she's psychotic, and all she wants is the best for her little boy. But he plays a gay man. He's got a drag queen friend. It's kind of hard, like I said, it's kind of hard to describe. It's not really a slasher flick. It's definitely not any kind of supernatural stuff. It's just this woman's craziness. I don't think it has a very high death count. I was shocked to see one of the characters. Actually, I was shocked to see two of the characters die. But again, we have a little bit of a twist at the end, so you have to stick around till the end for that. This Land. This one is it's something that I've been seeing more frequently. I don't know why, but it's double booking at a vacation spot. cabin in the woods, kind of resort thing, getting double booked. They did it in Barbarian. They did it in, I can't remember the movie, but they did it in another movie that I've just seen recently with like some mad doctor at the end who had some illness that he needed to do bad things to people to stave off the illness. But this one, what makes this one interesting, again, it's a double booking, but the folks that double book it, one family's conservative, the other family's liberal. So you've kind of got some, while they're dealing with all the attacks from the outside, because you've got a group of individuals outside who are causing mayhem, trying to get into the cabin, trying to do something to the people, kill them, whatever. But you've also got that struggle between these two folks, these two families of opposite beliefs trying to coexist. And there's a little bit of backstory with Mom that makes a little bit more drama to it. It was a pretty good flick. I enjoyed it. Paintball Massacre. I went on a massacre spree when I was looking up TUBI stuff. I just typed in the word massacre and Paintball Massacre came up. There's also one called Hot Dog Weenie Roast Massacre. I have not watched that, but I think that is going to be on my list. Anyway, Paintball Massacre. This is a British flick. Group of folks from the office go out on a paintball excursion for a team building thing. Most of them are kind of assholes and not very likable. So that's a problem. But it was unique. The kills were unique. The motivation behind it was kind of interesting. In an interesting scenario. The killer's outfit, of course, paintball. It was a pretty cool little get-up the killer had. That one's also definitely worth checking out. Not the best that I've seen, but it's certainly not bad. The Bloody Man. See, I told you, I watched a lot of shit. The Bloody Man. This one, I've heard a lot about. Really wanted to see it. It's got some folks in there that I know. Ronnie Jonah was in it. Jason Crow was in it. Smaller parts than what I was hoping for with both of them, but they were there. This one is basically a coming-of-age urban legend, spooky legend kind of movie. I had high hopes for this one. It's got a great cover, but to me, it kind of, first off, it dragged on too long for my taste. Secondly, it felt like it was more geared toward, it's a coming of age movie. It felt like it was geared towards people who are coming of age. Very little in the way of gore, very little in the way of any kind of adult content like nudity or curse words. It was done very well, but I didn't really enjoy it too much. I don't recommend it, and I will tell you right now, I was very disappointed because Jason Crow is a very talented actor. And I love seeing his stuff. He was billed in this movie, and I kid you not, he must have had 3 seconds worth of screen time in makeup as a devil. That's it. So that was really a big issue that put me off. After listening to the episode of Dark Knight of the Podcast where they review Angel, straight A student by day, Hollywood hooker by night, it inspired me to watch the sequel, Avenging Angel. And before I get into Avenging Angel, I just wanted to throw it out there. Listening to these guys talk about Angel on their podcast, it's my favorite episode so far. They were funny with it. They had a guest in there. They were very insightful. And you could really hear the enjoyment and passion that everyone had for the movie Angel. Like I said, it inspired me. What's funny is I just watched the original Angel before I heard this podcast, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I figured, fuck it, I'm going to go ahead and watch the sequel. I'm not going to go and rewatch the original, but I'll watch the sequel. Because it's been, if I've ever seen it, it's been so long I don't remember nothing about it. The sequel is not good. It's not nearly as good as the original one. It's her back in Hollywood. She's gotten away from that life of being a 15-year-old hooker or 14-year-old hooker at night and gotten her life together and is in college and shit. But she's drawn back into those Hollywood streets because her mentor, her guardian, was killed by gangsters. So she's back to take revenge. It brought back most of the original cast. In fact, it brought back every member of the original cast that is still alive. All your key characters. The Rory Calhoun was back. Sully was back. Yo-Yo Bob or Yo-Yo Tom or whatever his name is was back. So that was great seeing all the cast reunited. And they added some goofy guy, Glitter Joe or Glitter John, Glitter something, which was weird because every time that fucker came on the scene, he like threw glitter. It was just weird. I enjoyed the movie, not as much as the original one. They did not bring back the original girl. The original girl was replaced with Betsy Russell, who was all right, but she just didn't capture that same vibe as the original Angel did. Definitely worth checking out. Don't go into it with high hopes of seeing something as good as the original. Apparently there's like 3 and 4. There's a third part and a fourth part, and each one has got a new actress playing the role of Angel. I might see if those are on TUBI just to finish out the series. I probably will. I probably will. Now, I have a full list of movies sitting here with me that I was going to do for this episode, but I'm seeing we're already probably like over 10 minutes long on this, so I'm going to cut this list in half, and I'm going to do the remaining movies on the next installment. In fact, these are probably going to come at you pretty quickly because I've got a list at home. So we probably already looking at parts 1 through 4 already viewed and ready to roll. So keep your eyes out for more episodes. I do really want to hear from you guys out there. I'd love it if you guys would let me know. Have you seen any of these movies and what your thoughts are? Especially on like Avenging Angel or The Bloody Man, because those are kind of... especially The Bloody Man. I wasn't so fond of Bloody Man. That's probably the only movie on this list I truly was disappointed in. But what did you guys think? Did you see any of these movies? Come on, somebody out there has got to have seen these movies. I can't be the only one watching this stuff on TUBI. I'm probably not, but there's probably only about 5 people that watch this channel. So, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, hit that like button. We'd love that. Hit that subscribe button. It's wherever it is. I still haven't gotten that down. You'd figure after all these episodes that we've done, we've got over like 300 videos or 100. I don't know how many videos. We've got tons and tons of movies, videos on here. I still haven't figured out where these buttons are. But in any case, hit them. And until next time, keep watching TUBI and stay spooky.
I like it spooky.
I want to thank you. Anything you want, you just name it.
So without further ado, let's get... I don't like saying without further ado. I just kind of lame. So let's just get into it. That's how it does. Again, stripper at night, or not stripper, hooker at night. Actually, she's not. I'll scratch that part. So let's just get into it. Binging TUBI. TUBI or not to be? Or is it to buy? To buy or not to buy? To be, to buy, to boo? Taboo. Next one that we have on our list here, and I'm getting a battery notification. Next one we have... Wow, I just fucked all of that up. So we're going to chop some of this out because I fucked up. But yeah. First, some of these movies I watch may be considered a little taboo. So, we're not going to put that in there. We 5% battery. I think my phone is starting to fuck up. Yeah, look at that. Fuck. Alright, I'm going to have to turn you off and let it charge for a little bit. Son of a bitch.